G'day everybody, welcome to AFL Legends Unite. I'm Darryl Atkinson and today we're going to be previewing Friday night's blockbuster and grand final rematch, the Western Bulldogs and the Sydney Swans. I felt both sides were highly disappointing, particularly Sydney Swans with the way they went about it in round one. The Dogs were lucky enough to, I feel that the Dogs were actually lucky to win that game. I felt the Pies, if had they knew where the goals were, could have won that game. And as for Sydney, well, their shock loss against Port Adelaide raises a lot of questions for them. Yes, they got some injuries, but I felt with the side they had against Port Adelaide, it was more incapable of winning and beating Port comfortably, especially when they're playing at home. But that was not to be. I felt like they were ripped apart. Josh Kennedy's always been their best player. He always gets the stats. He's my favourite player at Sydney, and he led the disposal camp for the Swans with 28 disposals. It's not as much as Olive Wines. Oliver got 33 disposals, or Travis Boak, who got 26. So that was quite interesting. For Sydney, they had more clearances again than the Western Bulldogs in round one. 25 to 39. Wow, they dominated that despite the fact Port Adelaide had 10 more disposals than Sydney. So that does raise a lot of questions there, because everyone knows if you get those clearances, you can produce good football. For the Western Bulldogs, they're not producing those clearances. You know, they can't just keep relying on 50-metre rebounds, especially against Sydney. So, you know, that's a lot of questions. Inside 50s, the Western Bulldogs up against Collingwood last week were very interesting. They got smashed in inside 50s. The Western Bulldogs smashed 62 to 44. Pies had 13 marks in forward 50. Western Bulldogs only 9. That's alarming if you're a Western Bulldogs supporter. Sydney's inside 50s. They had 61 to 56 against Port Adelaide. They had more marks, 11 to 17 against Port Adelaide. It's just Port Adelaide were more clean with their possession and would convert as soon as they're inside their forward 50. In terms of disposals, the Western Bulldogs had a lot of disposals. However, they were playing a bit of kick to kick, and I think they were trying to be patient with the ball to go forward and attack, which didn't really help, because that kind of helped the Collingwood defence get back into it and really take on the game. For this game, however, it's those clearances, the hit outs, 49 to 25, tackles, the Dogs 87 to 70, contested possessions, Sydney. See, Sydney's won hit outs, contested possessions, smash inside 50s, and smash the clearances. Dogs got way more disposals. I have to say, Sydney, hit outs, clearances, they're the keys to modern day footy. Not not just standing around and just playing kick to kick. I'm just not feeling like the Dogs can win this one. I just feel like that Sydney have got a bit more polish. They've got a bit more tools as well, so they can switch it up a bit in terms of the ruck. You know, they got Tippett, they got Franklin there as tall forwards. I'm just not feeling like the Dogs can actually win this one. I'm gonna actually change my tip, yeah. But I did see both games. I felt like the Western Bulldogs, they just didn't play. Their footy was very strange. It was definitely not what they were doing last year in terms of their pressure, their ability to convert goals, their attacking ability to swarm in and cause chaos for the opposition team. They're just definitely they're just not with it at the moment. And this is a crucial game against Sydney. I feel like Sydney actually might win by 30 points, to be honest. And it could be even more if the Dogs produce their Friday night performance, and for this Friday night, I'm not sure why they're not playing Thursday night, but who knows. But yeah, I just feel like Sydney have got a bit more talents, a bit more ability to convert scoring opportunities and to really cause a massive headache for the Western Bulldogs defence. I don't know. I'm just not feeling. It is at Etihad Stadium, so in a way that actually, as much as the Dogs have got the experience there, Sydney's playing at the SCG, and that's more of a similar ground to them. Obviously, the only difference is there's a roof, so that makes things a bit more easier for the Swans, I find, because they don't have the weather to cause chaos. But yeah, they got to. If the Dogs are any chance, they got to somehow shut down Josh Kennedy, the most dangerous player there. Stop Buddy Franklin from having an impact in the forward line. Even shutting down Luke Parker. So these are big names and hard players to take down. And yes, I know you'll probably say, but they did in the grand final, or they did in the last 3 games. Yes, they did well in the last. Well, I wouldn't say the last 3 games. I'd say yes, the grand final and back in round 5, 2015, they did well. That 2016 game was Sydney's problem. They were just inaccurate, but they dominated scoring shots. They had 6 more scoring shots than the Western Bulldogs. They just didn't convert. But if they can convert and be accurate, they should easily trample the Western Bulldogs in this one. Just those centre clearances. They're so big and so huge. I'm not sure how the Dogs are going to go, but I'm just not feeling like they've got the capabilities of having a huge impact. Looking at their disposal leader, you got Jason Johannesson. He was definitely the best player of that Dogs and Western Bulldogs game. Got 3 disposals, or was he? But then you look at Collingwood's side bottom 35, Pendlebury 35, Treloar 33, Adams 33. Western Bulldogs only had Jason Johannesson with 30 disposals only. What's the disposal count in the end? Dogs flogged them 431 to 392. Are you kidding me? Western Bulldogs? This is definitely not how you were playing in the later part of last year, especially in that grand final. You were flogged. There were, 4 players who had more disposals than your disposal leader in Johannesson. That's incredible. What about tackles? Did you win tackles? You won tackles by 20. You're mauled in hitouts. Pies had twice as many hitouts as you guys. Contested possessions, Pies flogged you again. 161 to 135. Marks and 50, Pies. Inside 50s, dominated by Pies, 62 to 44. Stoppages, 26 to 16. Centres, 16 to 10. Total clearances, 42 to 26 in favour of the Pies. Free kick count, 17 to 16, so don't complain. They only had 1 more free kick than you. Handballs, they used the handballs more. They kicked more. They were just dominating. That's incredible. Yeah, definitely Sydney by 30 points for me. I'm just not feeling any threat from the Dogs in this one at all, especially looking at these stats. This is horrendous. You guys need to pick up quickly, because seriously, it's not looking too good heading into this game. I feel like Collingwood were the better side in the game against you guys, just not when it came to scoring. 15-10 to 12-14. Who had more scoring shots? The Collingwood Football Club. Yeah, that's atrocious. That's atrocious. The Western Bulldogs really need to pick up their performance if they're going to try and be a threat. They need to play like a threat, not play like we'll play this and just hope for the best. A bit of bad news for Darren Morris. He's out. Unfortunately, as everybody knows. Actually, I'm going to actually take a quick look at the injury list for both sides heading into this game. I hope they actually bloody updated it. The AFL have a really bad time updating things. They have. Alright, so DeGoey's still 5 to 6 weeks with a broken knuckle and a suspension on top of that. Jamie Elliott, no one knows. Greenwood, 3 to 4 weeks. I'm making sure they don't say months. Langdon, he did his knee and ankle. Call of bad luck, 2 to 3 weeks. Sinclair did his hammy, still 7 to 9 weeks. Travis Varco got suspended for up till round 3, so next week he should be fine. And Daniel Wells still with his calf, 1 to 3 weeks, so they're not too sure about that, but hopefully it won't be too long for the man. Looking at the Western Bulldogs, Tim English, shin soreness, undergoing tests. Tory Dixon, abdominal 3 to 4. Darren Morris, as we were saying, he did his leg. He's 6 to 8 weeks. Josh Prudden did his knee. No one knows how long he'll be. Same with Jack Redpath. Jordan Ruffhead, 3 to 4 weeks with his hammy. Rourke Smith, knee, season. Mitch Wallace, broken leg, 3 to 4 weeks. So a few injuries there for both sides. I don't know why I just went to Collingwood. So that was after their game. As for Sydney, actually, how is Sydney's injury list? I should have gone to Sydney and not Collingwood, but I was just interested to see who came out of it worse. Sydney's injury list: Darcy Cameron, finger test. Isaac Heaney, glandular fever still. He's a couple of weeks away. I think that's probably the biggest name. One big name. Jared McVeigh, calf, 3 weeks. That's probably the biggest. Alex Johnson, knee, indefinite. Tom Papley, 2 to 3. Rampy, 5 weeks. Dan Robinson, 5 to 8 weeks. Gary Rowan, still 3 weeks away. So a few injuries for both sides, but in terms of heading into this game, I have to go Sydney by 30. Anyway, guys, hope good luck to both sides, Western Bulldogs and Sydney, for Friday night. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Again, feedback. Every bit of feedback helps. Still classed as an amateur at this, so don't hesitate. Thank you guys for joining me, and I hope you guys, your team wins this weekend, so big good luck to you guys. Feel free to subscribe and like, and thank you for those that are supporting me in this. It really does mean a lot. So thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Take care.